So today we're just going to be talking about the shooting that happened up in Buffalo and what I feel like could have possibly been certain steps to have been in place to possibly prevent this. Nothing's 100% certain, but these are certain things that I feel could have helped. Okay, so as we know, the shooting that happened in Buffalo was 13 people that got shot. 10 of them were black and they got killed. One was black, got injured. Two were white and got injured. Okay, so this is essentially what happened. It was an 18-year-old man, white man, who went up into a supermarket. It was called like Top something, up in Buffalo. Went to a supermarket and shot up the joint. That's really what it was. Okay, now I was looking at this one article and it had me thinking a little bit about it. Okay, so I'm gonna actually just read this little snippet of it, and then I'm going to give my comments as we go along. Okay, and I'll probably put it up over here somewhere. And it says the gunman used, and they're talking, obviously they're talking about the shooting. It said the gunman used a Bushmaster AR-15 style assault rifle in the Buffalo shooting with the attachable high capacity magazine. Okay, so you got an assault rifle, and if I could find a picture for it, I will put it up, just so you guys can get like a visual thing. And it said it is a banned device in New York. All right, now he was from like some outskirt or whatever. He drove 200 miles, which I guess that's not even really an outskirt, but he drove 200 miles to commit this crime. Probably Googled predominantly black area. Okay, where's the supermarket? Because I know a lot of black people gonna be there. That's what that was. Meaning it is illegally purchased or it was illegally transported across state lines. Police also recovered a second rifle and a handgun from his car. Okay, so you got the assault rifle, you got another one, then you got a handgun, and you're 18. Okay, the suspect had threatened a shooting at his high school the previous year. He was subsequently sent to a hospital for mental health evaluation, and it lasted a day and a half. All right, so the reason why I want to read this little snippet, there's a lot of stuff in here. Okay, so one, let's just talk about the guns he had. He had an AR-15 assault style rifle. He had another rifle, and he had a handgun, and he's 18. So this is a problem, and this is something I've always kind of thought about a little bit. So in America, the legal age to drink is what? It's 21, right? Okay. So you have to, so you can't drink if you're 18. Well, there's, if you're going out by yourself, let me just say that, because if you're with a parent, and depending on what state you're in, you can. But minus no parents, just you, age is 21 to drink. Okay, but you can go out and get a gun that can kill people and you're 18. That is so that's so crazy to me. And then you have all these crazy laws that's going on, like Texas did the whole, you can walk around with a gun, I don't care what size, you can have a silencer on it, and you don't even have to have like a FOID card or like something like any kind of training or any sort, anything like that. You don't even have a card. Hey, I could carry nothing. It's just, hey, any random person could get the gun, have a silencer on it, and just shoot up the place. So one is, where'd you get the gun? They said it obviously is illegal there, so he must have bought it illegally. Where'd you get the gun? Where are they being pumped in from? Okay, so that is one of the biggest things. And solution number one, ding, 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 is this. Put freaking chips, FRID chips. Put chips on these guns. Every single gun, I don't care where it's coming from, every gun needs to have a chip, a tracking device, a manufacturer, so I know exactly where it came from and where it's at. And I need to know, where'd you get this gun from? Oh, I looked at your gun. Oh, well, you got it from this area over here. Okay, we're gonna go to that area. Oh, well, where'd you get it from? Oh, okay, now we just found out who gave it to you. But when you just have random guns everywhere, how is he supposed to get it? And it's an 18-year-old. So I'm going to assume, and they say he was a white supremacist, self-proclaimed white supremacist, like, oh, I should be very happy about that. I'm very proud. So I'm assuming one of his buddies, one of his racist buddies, was like, yeah, here's a gun. I'm assuming wherever he got it from. This is the problem. No one knows where any of these guns are coming from. They're being pumped in constantly, but no one knows where they're coming from. Isn't that odd? That's very weird that something that can kill other people, all just by you being mad or whatever the case may be, you could just pull your trigger and you could just up and kill a whole bunch of people. And there's no way of tracking this? That's insane to me. But there's that. One, we get tracking devices on these guns. Boom, that just solves a huge problem. And there's not a way, like it's embedded, it's inside. So there would be no way for you to, unless you legit took this mother apart, there's no way to get that thing out. Okay? So that's what I feel could have possibly prevented him from even getting it in the first place, getting the guns, the 2 rifles and the handgun. All right? So another part of this, it says the suspect threatened a shooting at his high school. What the heck? And it said last year, so he was 17 years old, which I'm assuming he had a gun by that time, if he didn't already have one by like 15. So you have a gun and you're threatening to shoot people and kill people. Huh. Like in Columbine, for example, when that actually took place, don't you think some serious measures should be put into place? Like, I don't know, never come to the school again? More than let's just have a talking to? Because what follows this, it says he was sent to the hospital to get a mental health evaluation. Fine. But it only lasted a day or two. I could just tell you right now, I want to shoot up a school or something. Alex, are you okay? I'm perfectly fine. Alex, we got to do X, Y, Z. You can't do. I know. And then you're just going to be like, okay, cool. You can go back into the masses. You go back into the public. You're perfectly fine. Everything's good with you. What? A day and a half after I just threatened to kill 50 people? And you're just like, yes, boys will be boys. What's wrong? That's insane. So here, we already had, the whole thing with Reagan, deinstitutionalization. I feel like mental health institutions, there should be public mental health institution, not something you got to pay, arm and leg for. You take out a second mortgage just so you can put someone in a mental health institution. But you really need to have these available. That will help a lot with the homeless problem, a lot with all these other suicides, all these other killings that are going on. Get people some real help, not just throw them out on the street. You created the problem for you. You're like, I'm pretty well off and rich, so, whatever happens to you, it is what it is. No, you created the problem. Well, here's the solution. Get them in a mental health institution. Really, you shouldn't have created the problem in the first place, but fine. Get them some serious help. A day or two after you threatened to kill 50 people or however many people are in that school, that's unacceptable. That right there is a failure on the school's part as well, or the mental health institution. I'm not sure how that works at the hospital, but that is a huge failure on that part. The fact that you could get a gun so easily. If I want a gun, I go to the store and go get one immediately. Or you could go in your back alley and get one. If you go and threaten to, shoot people, and it's like, well, let's talk. Okay, let's just sit here and talk. And I'm not saying anything is wrong with therapy. Perfectly fine to have it. But to let someone out in a day and a half after they just threatened to shoot some people, nah, man, you need to be in there for a little bit longer and have a little bit more talking to. Because, as I said, he's a self-proclaimed, white supremacist, racist. Racism is not something, you're 2 days old and you're like, I hate black people. Ooh, those brown people, I can't wait to get them. No one is thinking that at 2 days old, 2 months old. No one is 3 years old. No other outside influences of talking negative about any other race or culture, no kid is thinking, yeah, those Asians, they gotta go. Those black people, ooh, their days are numbered. No one's saying that. All of this stuff is taught. Racism is taught to you. I mean, it's as simple as that. If you're racist, it's 9 times out of 10, it was taught because of whoever your guardians or parents are. Okay? Unless, as you get older, you're hanging around these other people who also had their parents, their guardians, tell them that they're better than everyone else, and black people need to be in their place. They need to know their place. This is the problem. So it's so many things that's wrong. You're getting a gun. No real proper mental health. You're threatening already. You know, you're threatening to shoot up a school. And you're like, well, I don't really want to kill my fellow white people. Let me go and kill some black people. You're writing a 180-page dissertation. You're in these little groups talking about how you're going to murk black people and how you want it stop. I mean, this is so ridiculous. And for what? Really, for what? Why? You don't like black people, why? Why? Oh, well, you know, they're lazy. Okay, white people lazy too. I've seen Asian people that are lazy too. And what else? Well, they're dark too. Indian people are dark too. Where's the hatred towards them then? I mean, what is specific? There's no real thing besides these stereotypes and these overgeneralizations that people have. Okay? Do you know how annoying it is to have people just think you're black, so now I have to do this, now I have to do that, I gotta clutch the pearls, ooh, like, where's my purse, ooh. I mean, and for you to actually go out and do this, it's ridiculous. And it makes me be like, well, I go anywhere and it could happen. I've seen so many different shootings, and a lot of them by black people too. I've seen a lot of different things. Chick is sitting in her car, you know, texting on her phone in her car or whatever, and then get shot. Road rage, or whatever, road rage. You go and shoot somebody. You know, and like I said, with the guns, this isn't specific towards this shooter. This goes towards every gun, everyone. I don't care what color you are, everyone. You know, you see a girl, you know, little 7-year-old up in her house, just chilling with her grandma, gets shot because of stray bullets. Because you got people who are shooting like this and going like this, and then they go and shoot literally everybody, everyone but the target. Which is why this whole little thing of, well, you know, if everyone else had a gun, they could have stopped the shooter. And well, the guard had the gun, and he tried to, but he probably would have been successful if the guy didn't have a vest on, and then he ended up shooting him. So no, not this whole, oh, well, if everyone had a gun, okay, well, what about these Ray Rays and Pookies who's going like this and they're shooting and they're just randomly shooting, and then their target already ran and they already shot 10 people. You arm more people, you're going to have more casualties. You do realize this, right? Because not everyone, you got these crazy laws out here that says you don't need to be trained, or you could just go and get your gun, you go apply for a card, and hey, I got a gun now, woo, now I can go and shoot some people. No, you're letting people, oh, I have the right to bear arms, I can open carry it. For what? What do you need that for? Now, like I said, if you're in your house, that's understandable. But if you're going outside to the grocery store, you go to Walmart, you go into, I don't know, Kohl's, Macy's, what do you need a gun for? There's no reason unless you have every reason to go and hurt somebody. You know, because at that point, if you're just like, yeah, I'm going to just bring my gun, you know, just in case, 9 times out of 10, you probably are the problem. You know what I mean? And that's what we have. We have people who have these guns, and it gives them like this false kind of confidence. Like, yeah, I could do whatever I want because I got a gun. I'm going to go like that video. And I'm going to see if I can even put up the picture of it. It was Mike Tyson, you know, Mike Tyson. And it was this black dude, Ray Ray, you know, who Tyson's sitting down, and it's other, it's other people around. Tyson's sitting down, and this guy, he just comes out and pulls out a gun and points it at Mike. And then everyone's like, whoa, 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 security, like, whoa. And then he was like, I'm just, man, I really love you. I really love you. I was just playing, man. I was just playing. Dude, and what happened if you pulled the trigger and killed him? You were just playing too? And this is what I'm saying. You have people who have these guns and they think that this gives them the confidence. I can almost guarantee you, this gunman, this shooter, this mother, you know what I mean? I can almost guarantee you, any black person, if a black person was sitting right in front of him, he probably wouldn't even have said anything to him. 9 times out of 10, he probably wouldn't have even said anything. I'm talking about just on a regular day, he didn't do this. And you just have a black person there. If you don't like someone that much, wouldn't you say like, oh, well, would you say something out, since you're so passionate about it? It gives you this false sense of power. Oh, I could take someone's life. And that's why I said, anytime you point a gun at somebody, in my opinion, you have every intention to shoot them and kill them. Otherwise, why would you point a gun at them? And obviously that's what this guy did. Because he's in fucking, excuse my language, he's in racist America. Okay? It's a country built on nothing but racism and hatred. And if you're not rich and white, you don't freaking matter. That's really what it is. Okay? The rich white man is right here, and you got the white woman. Black people, we all the way at the bottom. Doesn't matter really how much money you got unless you like a coon or unless you're, like Barack or something like that. I know I made some people mad when I say that. But my point is this. We have a serious problem in the U.S. We have it with the mental health. Do I think this guy was mentally unstable? I can't give a valid response without knowing more details, but just from what I see, no. There's one thing of you being mentally ill, and there is another thing of you just straight up being a fucking asshole, and you're just like, fuck you. That's one thing versus you being like schizophrenic or something. You know what I mean? You actually have a serious mental health issue, or you just be an asshole and be like, well, I'm better than you because I'm white, so you gotta go. Those are two different things. Everyone likes to scream out mental health, mental health, mental health. Oh, well, he probably had, then you would say everyone got it then. Everyone got a mental health issue. But some people are just bad people. You have to understand that. You have to realize that. And from the information I'm presented with right now, as of now, I haven't, seen any other thing. So as of now, I'm saying he's just an asshole. Okay? And that's just what it is. You hate people simply because of what they look like. Okay? To the point where it's not like you're like, oh, I just disagree. You're like, I'm going to kill this person just because they look like X, just because they sound like Y. That is a problem. The racism needs to be fixed, putting these chips on these guns, opening up mental health institutions that are affordable. Of course, everything else that I've always said, you got the universal health care, all that. And I think having that as well as giving people money in a sense of upping that minimum wage to $25 an hour, where people can actually afford, not upping the minimum wage to $25 an hour, and then now you skyrocket the rent even more. You know what I mean? So it's giving people opportunity for other, talking differently from this guy, but giving people opportunity. That is what I really feel can truly help with lowering all of this crime. Because now people ain't stealing catalytic converters and drilling holes into people's gas tanks. You know what I mean? And a work from home option would be appreciated as well, but that's what that is. But with this guy, so many different things that the system is, this broken system is like, here, have at it. Yeah, have fun. Yeah, get them, get them, get them. I'll make sure you can get a gun easily. I'll make sure that even though you may have mental health issues or whatever, we'll let you slide on that. And I'll just make sure that, you could just do whatever it is that you need to do. You can spread your hate speech and all this. I'll make sure it's not censored either. So you go and have at it. This is the problem that we have. We will continue to have these problems if nothing is truly done. If no one really puts in legislation, and or these lobbying companies aren't just like completely obliviated. That's really what needs to happen. All the lobbying, all this crap, people really need to sit down and understand this. If you are not a rich white person, you are in the same boat as me. Okay, so can we all just swim together? Can we all just float this boat? Let's all get something and get out of this. Let's all band together, put our differences aside. Who cares, yo? Who cares if someone has slanted eyes, if someone's skin is darker than yours, if someone's hair looks like this, someone, is pigeon-toed or whatever the case may be? Who cares? Let's all work together, because if we don't, all this stuff is going to keep continuing on. COVID has definitely exposed this. But this is just getting worse and worse and worse as the time is going. And I feel like it definitely will continue. We're only in May, y'all. 2022. We're only in May. And it's already been, what, 4 or 5 shootings or crazy mass events that have happened? Come on, this year? And in a week, it was like 3 different things that happened? Come on, y'all. We got to do better. But those are my thoughts and opinions. I would love to hear yours. And until then.